This is Dr. Joe with Bits and Pieces. Trisha asked me if I would talk a little bit about my position on substances in grief. And so this is very, very difficult to talk about. I don't love substances. I'm not a fan. I don't ever consume alcohol or marijuana or anything like that. It's just not my thing. But I have had people who enjoy a glass of wine. And so my thing with them is if you're going to have a glass of wine, have an honest glass of wine. And this is where it gets tricky. Because sometimes if we're not really, really deeply self-aware and we're having a very stressful day and we've been cued around our grief, that bottle of wine looks very, very, very good as a way to take us out of pain. And so what I mean by an honest glass of wine with dinner is if you want to have a glass of wine with dinner, okay, but have an honest glass of wine. Have a glass of wine because you're enjoying it, not because you're in a place of deep grief or missing your person or longing for your person and you're trying to take yourself out of it. Be with those feelings first. Process those feelings honestly first. Call your spiritual leader, call your best friend if your best friend has stuck around, call your partner, connect with someone, sit with your dog, journal, do something with those feelings where you can just fully inhabit those feelings so that when you have a glass of wine with dinner, it's an honest glass of wine. It's not an escape glass of wine. We want to be able to fully inhabit our grief, and substances often get in the way of that because they do tend to numb us and take the edge off. And so that's how I feel about substances. I'm not a huge fan. Those of you who know me really well know how I feel about drugs and alcohol, whether or not it's legal. It to me, anything that takes us out of the authentic experience of the moment and what we're feeling, anything that we use to escape, in my opinion, is a practice that I would not want for myself, and I would not want for the people I help and work with. Thank you so much for the question. Take good care of yourselves and each other. This is Dr. Joe with Bits and Pieces, Ahimsa for all beings.